starting this series, I thought I was going to do it a little better and not hungover on a Monday. Atlas. And with a corgi eating in the background. But welcome to the first episode of my series that I like to call Glow Up in Your 30s and Getting Your Shit Together. Sorry for the lame jokes. I still haven't had my other coffee. Our main coffee machine broke, so gotta fix that up. Don't buy those fancy Philips machines, those espresso makers. Just keep it simple. But I'm gonna have another coffee and then I'll check back in. This one, great. This one, crap. Sorry, Philips. I had to fix it like 3 times in a year. This thing, beast. Definitely dropped the ball since the last video I uploaded like 3 or 4 months ago. Like, oh yeah, this is gonna be a great YouTube channel. And then I totally failed. Second coffee at hand. No creamer, just a little bit of sugar. Italians have good coffee, but I still miss my creamers and sometimes, extra flavor. But first meal of the day, I have a protein pudding yogurt, thanks to one of the local stores here. This might be too low. I'll sit on the ground. Not the best angle, but not the worst. Let's get some greenery in the background. So I definitely dropped the ball since I uploaded my first video, but no, everyone loves a strong comeback. So I am here. I'm going to upload at least once a week because I just turned 32. I know I look great, but I just turned 32 and I kind of really want to get the stuff done that I want to get done in my life and kind of get myself into a healthier state mentally, physically. I had a doctor's appointment and my test scores, they were good, but they could definitely be better. So I need to lose some weight. I need to gain some muscle. I need to get my shit together. Don't we all? But yeah, I kind of really want to focus on this channel about fitness, health, lifestyle, maybe a little bit of travel. My husband and I do have a fun travel weekend warrior channel. I'll link it down below if you like traveling. We do a lot of Italy and other countries. We just came back from Croatia. We went to Ultra. Before that, we were in Bulgaria. Before that, we were in Porto. Next weekend, I think we're heading to Switzerland. So also kind of how to manage your life while traveling, while living abroad, while trying to be healthy, how to read macros if you're in different countries. Because in Italy, one of the things they do, bless their heart, is they'll have like, for example, on this yogurt that I'm having. So this yogurt is, how many grams is it? So this is 150 grams, but they'll list the nutrition for just 100 grams. So it's like extra math. But if you're eating and you're counting your macros all day, it's too much math. So then you just have to kind of add extra because at first glance you look at this like, oh, only 72 calories, but it's not 72 calories because you got to add the extra 50 grams. So it's just kind of the little frustrating things, but also, how to understand the macros. The macros are macronutrients in the back because I think a lot of people, they don't understand like the actual makeups of food because it's not just about the calories, because it's also very important what the calories are made out of. And I think a lot of the modern day influencers, I guess you could say, that have been in the fitness industry for a while, I think they generalize and over assume like what people know, and they don't kind of break down things the simple way. Like I love all the recipes and all the cool stuff online, how to make like these bougie breakfasts or lunch, but let's be honest, I got like 5-10 minutes to make lunch. I don't have time to gather all these fancy ingredients, not on this economy. So I just kind of want to keep it real on this channel, keep it simple, keep it transparent, and hopefully help at least one person a week get their shit together as I'm getting my shit together. So stay tuned. Today it's a great day to start because today I'll be grocery shopping. I'll try to get some shots of that. I already took the dog out for a walk. Usually I do about a mile one in the morning and a 1 mile in the evening because right now in Italy it's kind of really hot. So it's like between 38 Celsius or like around 93 Fahrenheit. I think that's the conversion. So it's really hot. It's unbearably hot and humid here, but coffee always. I know a lot of people don't like to drink coffee. It's out. Everyone's drinking their matchas. I don't like matcha. I'm sorry. Unless it's from Japan, made by Japanese people, I don't want it. I tried making matcha. I horribly failed. Not to mention, I don't have time to, you know, for like 5 hours. I don't have time to do that. I like my coffee. I push a button and I have happiness in a cup. So this is turning into a rant of 4 minutes. Hopefully you made it through this far, and stay tuned for, I'm gonna stop saying stay tuned, it's corny. I guess I should also go over my macros that I'm going. So this is something I've done before, so I think I'm well aware of like how the macro and micronutrients work. And what I'm doing is more of like, I would say more extreme cut, or the amount I'm consuming for me. So a lot of people may not agree. They say, oh, you're under eating, but for me, I'm not under eating. It's just the macros that I know will work for me from other experience throughout the years. So I'm doing about 1650 to about 1700 calories. And I'm going to be doing about 140, so 130 to 140 grams of protein. I'm doing about 130 carbs, and I'm doing 60 fat. So you don't want to go below, I would say 60 fat, maybe even like below 50 fat. Especially as a woman, you kind of need that. I'll elaborate in the later videos, but that's just something for me that I know will work. So that's coming pretty much it for what you need in the beginning. Another thing I would recommend, if you don't really want to eat that much in the morning, but you're still kind of hungry in the morning, but you have to be careful what you eat in the morning, is I noticed for me, eating a lot of protein, not a lot, but like mainly protein and fat in the morning really helps me. It's like today I'm not that hungry because I'm kind of hungover. So I love to do like these little bone broth things. I don't know the brand. Like one of these little things is 50 calories, 1 fat, 10 protein, and it has like a little other nutrients in here. Also, it tastes really good. I don't have time to make my own bone broth. I'm sorry, I work from home on the computer and I do a lot of other little things. I'll elaborate in other videos, but I love these. With some hot water, literally, it smells really good. And if you're really lazy for dinner, this is really great. You just add some ramen to this. You can get like this really healthy ramen. I think it's like 60 calories. And it also has a butt ton of protein. So I'm gonna let this cool off for a few minutes because it's hella hot. Still need to shower. I usually do yoga in the morning. I do yoga with Cassandra. I like to watch her here on YouTube. And then if I have time, I try to do meditation. I've been really bad about it. So there's that. The animals love to annoy me when I try to do my yoga. So it's really funny. If you wanna see the type of yoga I do, let me know below. But is 3 cups of coffee in the morning too much? Like I don't have a headache anymore from the hangover, but I'm just like, I feel very like lethargic and just, so, and clearly this is a shirt from yesterday, still the weekend. But let's get ready for the day. It's 9 a.m. Let's get some shit done. Oh my God. One of the things, oh, my head's cut off. One of the things that I like to do on Mondays is literally prep myself, prep the house, prep the diet for the week. That way it just makes my life easier during the week. So let's go grocery shopping. What's inside there, Atlas? Is there something for you? Does anybody else have pets that have to check the groceries before you can like fully unload them? Those are for you. Do you want a bite of the turkey? I'm gonna unload this, then I'm gonna show you guys what I got. Also, don't go shopping hungry because you will get way too much stuff. I think I definitely got like double the amount of stuff I needed, but I'm just gonna have some salmon and some of the bread I got right now because I'm starving. All right, so now that everything is unpacked, I spent exactly 205 euro, which is way more than I should have spent. So here you can see how much I spent. I picked up a few things that I probably shouldn't have picked up because I was a little hangry, but let me show you what I got. So this is not just for me, so this is for me and my husband. This will be for the entire week. We usually eat at home most of the time unless we're traveling or if we have a date night, which we try to do every Wednesday. But this will probably last us definitely longer than a week. And sometimes we entertain, so if people come over, and we still have stuff in the fridge and in the freezer. Super tiny fridges in Italy here. I'll show you later. Let's start with the unhealthy stuff. Well, watermelon, not too unhealthy, but the beer. So this was really cool. We had, I think it was also in South America, they had like all the countries competing, and in Europe we had the Euro Cup. So I saw this really cool beer set, and each beer is from a different country. And I saw they had Superbock from Portugal. Kitty, you can't have beer. You can't have beer. But really, really excited to try this. A lot of ones I have not had. So follow us on TikTok, my husband and I, because we'll be trying we'll be trying one of these every night to see what we think. I think we only had the German one and the Portuguese one from this set. And then I got some potatoes, some onions. Now, the big haul on top. This is from our garden. I've been trying to garden a bit more and we have a ton of tomatoes, so didn't have to get any today. But let's start. So I got bananas, coffee, of course. I got sugar-free juice. I got kefir. Usually I like the one with the flavor, but there's a lot of sugar. And this is great for your gut. I also love like kimchi, olives, pickles. If I can get like fermented beans from Japan, those are also great. If I'm heading to the pool with some friends, you know, you gotta have a few drinks. Then for people that don't drink or the kids, I picked up two, where's the focus? Picked up two of those. And then we have seedless grapes because my husband doesn't like seeded grapes. Then we have papaya. I love these. Sometimes I crave them and I guess they're in season now. I think this was like 7 euro. So it was expensive, but I haven't had one in months. So, and then I got this fruit. I think it's a type of a plum. It looked really good. I saw this little old grandma getting some. I'm like, ooh, I want some too. Then believe it or not, this is one branch, one little thing, little, right? One thing of grapes. So grapes in Italy, like I'm not even lying. See this? That's the one stem that's holding all of that. So I got one of those because I love grapes. I like freezing them and snacking on them in the summertime. Great, great. I don't put the gelatin. I know some people like to put the jello on top and freeze them to make like Sour Patch Kids, but with grapes, too much work. Let's move on. They had passion fruit. I've never seen passion fruit at Aldi, so we'll see if that's any good. Cucumbers. I love cucumbers just to snack on, to the salad with some tahini. It's great. This is the hangry stuff that I got. I like having stuff like this in the freezer. If somebody kind of shows up, you pop them in as like a little appetizer, some meats and cheese. That's awesome. Again, it's all about efficiency. If I have this in the fridge, I can just steam it. I can eat it raw. So this is great to have, so that way you're not craving junk food. Same with these. These are already cleaned. You just literally have to boil them for 6 minutes. Boom. You got a side for your dinner or for lunch. Now some eggs. I still need to go get egg whites because they didn't have any egg whites. Bell peppers, again, you can have them with Philadelphia. You can have them in a salad. You can saute them in a stew. My salad base. I already have the tomatoes and I already have radishes and all the other pickled stuff. Then we got raspberries, blackberries, and blueberries, because I love fruit. Now, the meat. So I got a horse. I know, right? So I don't think I've ever cooked horse, but I know the macros on this stuff is pretty good. So some nice clean protein. So I got horse. I got turkey. Also, you're learning some Italian. If you don't know Italian, tacchino is turkey. Then my husband doesn't like salmon, but I love salmon. It's great on salad. It's great for a side with sweet potato. I mean, whatever you want to do. So I got two. They're already marinated. They're deboned. They got the skin on. Always get the one with the skin on because it just cooks better. It doesn't fall apart. Plus, it looks really pretty. So there's 2 pieces in here, 2 pieces in here. So I got some salmon. Then I got some ground turkey. It's super lean. I love to make healthy chili. I'll probably be making this either tomorrow or Thursday. Let me know if you want the recipe. I'll upload this video as soon as possible. But yeah, I love chili, super healthy, a bunch of beans. And then with the chili, I saw some of this couscous. So some healthy grains. I think couscous is grains. And then what do I have on the bottom? I have some chicken. And because I already have chicken breast in the fridge, I always have chicken breast in the fridge. And don't be afraid to get pork. Pork loin is usually pretty cheap, very affordable, really easy to cook. Usually what I would do, honestly, I'll just toss this in the slow cooker for like 6 hours and you just make some shredded pork. Super good macros. I mean, look at that. Super lean. Pork loin, don't be afraid of it. Great source of protein. Super easy to cook. Now let's move on to, I picked 2 of these up to try. The macros weren't too bad, a little higher in sugar than I would want it to be. But again, got that protein in. Plus, you know, if you're on the go between meetings or whatever, you woke up late to work, to school, something like this is great. And don't get those like protein cookies because they're like 500 calories and like 46 grams of sugar. Don't do it. As tempting as it is, don't do it. Plus, this is yogurt, great for your gut health. Then I got yogurt. I got the Greek yogurt, and I got like the Danone. I got different flavors. I still have like a giant bucket in the fridge, so I didn't get too many. And then you saw the couscous. I love curly fries. You know, I can make homemade like chicken strips. These are with fries if I'm too lazy. I got the low-fat mozzarella, so it has 48%, I believe, less fat. And then I got feta for the salad, because again, I love salads for lunch. For breakfast, I love salmon and eggs. So I love these because they're already portioned out, 50 grams. Boom, delicious. For lunch, I also got one of these. So the sakai. So these actually have less fat. If you look at the back, it's much less. Oh my God, it's detecting the face on my nails. So they actually have less fat than the other salmon. So this is pretty good. It costs a little bit more, but it's delicious. Then I got a bunch of deli meats. So usually I'll get like, so this chicken and turkey, and these are great for a quick sandwich or just honestly to snack on because the macros, let me grab one. And I also got mortadella because I love mortadella and so does our dog. So let me show you the back of one of these. So you have for 100 grams, we have 93 calories only, and 100 grams is a lot. So 93 calories, 1 gram of fat, which is nothing, 3 carbs, and 18 grams of protein. And this thing is 140 grams. So we have even extra there. Now what else do we have? I love these, like when we're heading to the pool or hiking or anything. These are great, they stay in the fridge. And they're like, I got addicted to these in Poland. And like, if you're Polish, or if you had any Polish food, we have kabanosy. And this is kind of like the similar version. It's not as dry as I like them to be, but they're really good to snack on. So I picked up a few. Like, I think these are like pita breads you can stuff to make sandwiches. And then I got my olive bread. And then I also got like water and all those like in tea, but that's already been put away. But yeah, just like a little haul. Coffee, and I picked up like another 2 of those coffees because they're really good and I send them back to some friends overseas. But yeah, this is the haul and that's what we'll be eating this week. Stay tuned for the recipes. Let me show you how small the fridges here are. So that's the freezer and it looks like it's big, but it's not because that's it. That's the drawer. That's my hand right here. So super tiny. So it's not like the American style or the that we're used to, and then I need to clean this out. But yeah, we still got some chicken. Gotta clear that out. I got some mushrooms and zucchini and more bell peppers. Can't English today. And I still have some salad left over. Of course, you have to have a wine rack. And then condiments, because always. And we're from Chicago, so if you know, you know. Today was definitely one of those days where Monday is just not being Monday. It just started raining and hailing again. This has been the craziest summer I think I've ever had here in Italy. But another thing I want to mention, importance. Doesn't matter how you're feeling, you gotta hit your 10,000 steps for the day. So when it stops raining, I'm gonna go, and that's gonna say 10K, and you're gonna hold me accountable because I am gonna check in at the end of the day. After dinner, which I'm making some potatoes, chicken, and green beans. Let me know if you want the recipe. I actually took a nap and I woke up craving these like garlic potatoes. So let's make our recipe from our dream. Dinner is in the works. Got the green beans. And of course you have to make a TikTok recipe. Whew. Even though I have to wake up at 5 a.m., 5 a.m. is just still 5 a.m. It's too damn early. I think for me, the ideal morning probably definitely starts at 6. But because of my husband's schedule and having only one car and his current schedule, so I have to wake up at 5. Well, we both wake up at 5. So I already took him to work, just took the dog out, did a little bit of yoga, some stretching. Today's kind of another busy day, but I want to today focus on like a full day of eating and how to hit like those 130, 140 grams of protein. A lot of people think it's difficult. Honestly, I don't think it's that difficult. So let's have our first meal of the day, breakfast. I have a bunch of tomatoes that I need to finish, so this might be a little controversial, but I see a lot of people online saying, oh, just eat intuitive, you know, whatever your body needs. No. When you're trying to get to a particular body goal, especially if you're starting and you don't know how your body works, your body's going to want more shit than it needs. So for me, measure out your food. As tedious as it is, it works. And in the beginning, it'll be a pain in the ass, but honestly, if you eat the same stuff after 2 weeks, you honestly don't need to do it because you know how much you should be eating. But in the beginning, do not do intuitive eating. For a majority of the people, it doesn't work. For some, it does. But again, if you've been struggling to lose weight to get to a certain body goal, don't rely on that shit. Also, another thing, I don't measure my seasoning. As you can tell, I love my seasonings, so I don't get anything crazy. I mean, a quarter tablespoon, I probably use that. 170 milligrams of sodium. I drink a ton of water, so I'm not really worried about crazy sodium. I don't eat a lot of processed foods, so again, measuring, I think this is maybe pushing it too far when you're starting to measure seasonings and all the other little things. But egg is cooking. Don't look at the mess, that's from last night. So this is actually a great example. I use MyFitnessPal to track my food, but when I scanned this little drink, it was showing up as a tortilla wrap. So definitely check what you're putting in to make sure it matches up and that it matches up with the stuff in the back. So now what I have to do, since this is not inside, is I have to enter it manually into my Fitness Pal. It's a bit of an inconvenience, but again, if you're eating the same food, it's pretty easy, so you don't have to do it again. But for the purposes of today's video, I'm gonna track everything I put in my body today. So let's put it inside my Fitness Pal. So they don't have it. So let's add it. Add food. You can also do like a quick add in my Fitness Pal, so it's super easy. So you just kind of put in the macronutrients. You don't focus on, you know, how much salt, how much vitamin D. You just kind of put in the protein, fat, and carbs. So we're putting in, so this is for this bottle, which is 235 grams. It's 149 calories. It is 1.2 fat. It is 12 sugar or 12 carbs. Protein is 21. So it looks something like that for a quick add. And we add it and boom. So this is, you can see for the day, well, for the morning, I should say. So I have in the morning my nutrients. I already have 43 grams of protein just from breakfast alone, 15 carbs, no fiber, not yet, wait for lunch. And I have 13 fat. Again, you want some fat in your body, and I read before some studies that it's good to have your fat in the morning, especially for your brain. And for me, I also notice it keeps me fuller, especially when I start to work out. So I think this is a great start, and all of that, plus the berries, everything, 354 calories. I didn't log the berries yet. So let's add the berries. So we're gonna do blackberries, 125 grams, because I already had them before. So all I have to do is just add it on the side and boom, 408 calories for the morning. Not bad, leaves me about 1250, 1300 for the rest of the day. And let's eat, because I'm kind of hungry today. So this is what the first meal is looking like. It is 7:15. Just loaded my background. My husband made it with AI. I love it. It's us in Japan with our corgi. We didn't have a cat at the time, so that's why there's no kitty. Well, first breakfast. Sometimes I'll eat before doing some cardio at home. And sometimes I'll eat after. Today I was kind of, I don't know, I'm a little hangry. You know, that time of the month's coming. So I wanted to eat before. So we have our eggs, salmon, some tomatoes. Honestly, tomatoes, all of these are probably like 20 calories. So I'll add them in, but that's not like this is not gonna make or break your diet. Like vegetables like that, like cucumbers, tomatoes, it's literally just crunchy water, I call it. But like, you know, the fats, the proteins, the bigger things like this, you definitely wanna keep track of that because that will sneak in. Also oil. I cook with cooking sprays. There it is. Like this. I like avocado. There's no flavor because the sneaky stuff like this, 1 tablespoon, I believe, is 120 calories. And you will use at least 1 tablespoon in your salad. So you definitely want to be careful. Another thing I love to add that has almost no calories is apple cider vinegar. So that's one of my things. But with oils, you want to be super, super careful with oils because those are the things that will throw off your macro and micronutrients, your calories. Breakfast is finished, so now it's time to bike. I'm gonna go shoot for probably about, I would say 40 minutes, at least 30 minutes. Usually I shoot for about 20 kilometers biking. So that takes me about an hour. But today I'm shooting for at least, let's say 30 to 40 minutes biking. Let's go. Also, you don't need fancy Pelotons. I literally got this on Amazon, I think for like $100, maybe 120. I think it was like €100. Boom, super easy setup. You can bike anytime. Sometimes I put it in the living room and I bike while I watch TV. I mean, it's like the best thing ever. Right, kitty? Exactly. Showing you that I'm not bullshitting. So we are at 0. Let's see how far we go. It is 7:53. "12 kilometers down, so I think that's 7 miles, maybe a little bit over 7 miles. The time was trash because I was scrolling on TikTok too much. But you know what? Biking is still better than not biking and burning those calories. I think another one of the things, hold on. Whew. Damn. When you're done with your cardio, you should look like you just took a shower in your own sweat. Because yes, you can just sit there and bike for 30 miles, but you know what? If you're biking too leisurely and you're not really sweating, then you're not really doing much. You know, you gotta be sweating, you gotta get your heart rate up. You gotta be, literally, I am soaked. Look at this. Hopefully the camera sees. And I love the fact that, you know, at home you can be super comfortable. You can just be in your sports bra. Definitely investing like a simple bike, simple little treadmill if you want, a few weights, which we do have in our basement, is great. Another one of the things I do wear when I do bike is those like sweet sweat bands, but I don't wear it for the sweating because that's a bunch of BS. I wear it honestly because it helps me keep my posture up when biking, so that way I don't slouch. And I've been wearing one probably on and off for like the last year. Again, I don't see any difference in magic fat melting on my sides or my stomach, but it is great for your posture and just kind of, it's very satisfying because you do like have extra water loss because it creates kind of like a tight band around your midsection. So when you're sweating, you know, your body's warming up, there's just more moisture released. But again, it's not magic, it's just water. But now, shower time, I am definitely behind schedule because by now I would have liked to have been showered and be on the computer for work at 9. That's usually my best time, like my optimal time that I want to be on the computer at 9. But after eating, you know, I'm not really hungry. Sometimes after I work out, I'll have a banana or protein shake. But honestly, again, not really hungry right now. So I'm probably going to have like a banana and like a protein shake with water around maybe 10:30, around 11. So like a good snack, I would call it. And that will be, I think, another extra like 20-30 grams of protein. Another thing, water. You want to drink your water. Oh my God, that's why I'm not worried about my sodium. I'm sweating it all out. I was about to take my multivitamin, but then I realized, is it moving? It's focusing. Okay. Supplements. I don't think I talked about supplements. And honestly, you'll see on TikTok, oh, you gotta take this supplement, you gotta take this. I'm a nutritionist, you gotta take this. If your diet's good, you don't gotta take a bunch of bullshit unless your doctor tells you to. Again, definitely follow your medical needs first. But basically, multivitamin, duh. Multivitamin, probiotic. I eat a lot of fermented foods and a lot of that, but I still just take one of these. You can never be too safe. Fish oil, not necessarily because I need it, but just because my mom keeps sending me them. She always wants to send me something. You know, I'm the only child, so she always wants to send me stuff. So Costco to the rescue. But fish oil depends on the study. It has benefits. Again, it won't hurt you. So for a little something. And then I take glucosamine, especially as you age, you know, your bones, joints. I know this is great. And honestly, I wouldn't even say multivitamin, probiotic, fish oil, glucosamine. I wouldn't really recommend, like I take iron because iron is great. Another thing that I would recommend to take if you're deficient, or maybe, you know, it is the dark days of winter time, depending where you live, is vitamin D. But I mean, I'm pretty low on this, so I literally have 2 left. So that's another thing. But if you're a high stress person, I recommend taking valerian root. I mean, I fell for all the supplement stuff on TikTok, so I have like 30 bottles of stuff that's just been sitting that I don't use because I'm like, oh, that sounds promising. Oh, that sounds nice. But it just becomes a bunch of BS. Like, let me tell you, there was this one guy on TikTok and a few other ladies that were talking about, oh, how to increase your like skin, like have a nice color, kind of have a natural glow tan. If you're on TikTok, you know what I'm talking about. So I bought the supplements that literally he recommended. And honestly, it didn't give me anything besides constipation. I'm pretty sure it's one of these that did that. So again, it's just, they're full. You don't need that stuff. There was this other girl that I still like her recipes, but realistically, magnesium citrate. I guess this one depends if you have money to spend and if you're feeling bougie, you want to take some supplements. What else do I have in here? This actually is pretty cool. This. Sorry, English is my fourth language. But this is great if you get a lot of migraines. This is actually my doctor told me, because he was going to give me like hardcore medicine for my headaches. And I told him I don't want to take prescription medicine for my headaches. So he recommended I take this, and I think it has to be over like 300 milligrams. So this is 400 milligrams. So this was really good. I think this does work, but again, if you have headaches, I can honestly do a whole video just about different supplements, because honestly, what we see online, what's being advertised to us, I would say at least half of it is complete BS. And I'm not a nutritionist. I'm literally someone who fell for that and realized it was bullshit. So learn from my mistakes. But you know what? I derailed. I'm gonna go take a shower. Feeling a little snackish. It is 11:10, and I'm going to have something a little different. So I got some Dave's Killer Bread, the 21 whole grain, and I'm gonna get some turkey and a little bit of the Japanese, whatever I have left, mayo. I'm gonna make myself a quick sandwich because I'm in the middle of work and I don't really have time for lunch. And I forgot to have a protein shake, so I'm probably gonna have it later. And maybe have like a small salad later. But for right now, let's do a sandwich. This is 140 grams. I'm probably gonna have only 100, and the last will go to my dog because you gotta have a corgi tax. That's one. So he gets a slice, 2 slices. Kitty, you don't like turkey. So super simple, not the most aesthetic, but it does the job. As much as I love avocado, and you see all the girlies having avocado toast, it's a shit ton of fat and it's just calories I don't have in the day. It's a luxury. It's not something you can really eat that easily. If you can fit it into your macros and into your diet, that's great. But for me right now, avocado maybe like once or twice a week. It's not gonna be like this cute everyday thing on my toast. So I definitely need my liquids. So we have coffee, number 2, a little midday pick-me-up. I still haven't had lunch, so this is just really quick. And then like a good sized cup of miso, because I love this. Great for the gut. So my liquids, and then always water. That's not water. Right, kitty? Oh, you're so cute. He knows he's not allowed on the countertop, only there. Good kitty. No, my coffee. It's bad kitty. When working from home, what I love to do is to lay out even my fruit. So I'm about to have my banana. I have this plum looking thing, a white kiwi, and a passion fruit. So that's like the fruit I'm gonna have right now or the next few hours. But I think something like this, that way you know what you're eating in case you're feeling hungry. You don't have to go forage for anything. Checking in for dinner. We got salmon. We got broccoli, cauliflower, and orange cauliflower? I don't know. And we got couscous. I'm so excited to try this. I love couscous. So with the magic of editing. When it's due, it's the next day, but I wanted to do a quick check-in. So yesterday, with the lentils and stuff, I did hit 133. So that's my bare minimum, so I'm happy. It's okay, I went over some carbs, not the end of the world, about to do some more cardio. But look at that fat, I was actually low in fat. But to be honest, I did not add the little bit of oil I used for when I was cooking the lentils, because you were supposed to have a little bit of oil. But yeah, I mean, that's what I'm working with. I definitely need to get my calcium up, I think. That might be a problem. But yeah, So it is not that hard, and I didn't even eat any protein shakes, any protein bars. So it is possible, and stay tuned because I'll be posting, I think, every day my meals on Instagram, and definitely follow me on there. I don't know about TikTok. TikTok is finicky for me, but definitely YouTube and Instagram. What time is it? So it is 8:43 and oh no, wrong app. 10,000 steps. So my steps have been slacking the last 2 days. So today I decided to start trying to hit my 10,000 step goal by noon. By noon. So that way, if I have a bunch of work to do on the computer, I don't have to worry about hitting that goal. But for me, I set a goal of 10,000 steps as a bare minimum. Want to do 12, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. But I just did a workout. I did the Grow with Joe on YouTube. I love her stuff. She always has really good music. And I am dying. I had to put the shades down so I didn't scare the neighbors. But I was just jamming in the living room. It's great. I love the walls here because they're really thick, so you don't have to like about noise or anything. I like, you know, if you're living in an apartment or in a thinner house, you know what I mean. I needed more coffee. I only had one coffee for the day. I had my BCAAs. Let me know if you want me to do more like the types of workouts or work out with me. I'm trying to get in the hang of this. I love watching these types of vlogs and just lifestyle content because it really motivates me and inspires me. Plus, I like to see what other people are doing, what I can incorporate into my life. But I think that'll be the end of this vlog. I think it's like 3 days. I'm going to do a week in my life next week, so look out for that. Because next week I'm going to an Italian esthetician for the first time, getting my nails done. So it'll be, this camera is too good. And then this Friday will be a video about the Medicube Booster Pro review after 4 months. And honestly, it's very impressive. Considering I don't use sunscreen, I do drink a lot of wine, I don't smoke, but it has improved my texture and just the feel of it is really nice. I still I'm dealing with the line here, so I think I'm gonna maybe go to a doctor or something here. We'll see. I don't know what this is. I don't like sad look. So hopefully stay tuned. Kitty, you want to do my first outro? Do the outro. He needs to lose weight. He's 12 pounds. Stay tuned and subscribe. Bye.